All right.
Let's do it.
Cool. All right. Welcome back to the Wednesday Word Wad. I'm here with Mike Sell, and we're going to be talking about cardio, but more specifically, fasted cardio. How do you feel about fasted cardio?
Yeah, so I guess the question we're posing, does fasted cardio enhance fat loss? Will you develop a better body, or I should say leaner body, quicker with fasted cardio? So to answer the question simply, yes, when you're fasted and you're executing cardio or any type of exercise for that matter, you're going to have more fat oxidation during that physical endeavor. So if we stop the question right there, you can walk away and say, okay, yeah, so fasted cardio, great, I'm going to lose more body fat. But here's the caveat. We're burning fat the entire day. You're burning fat when you're sleeping at 2 in the morning. Hopefully you're sleeping at that time, unless, of course, you have a night shift job. You're burning fat when you're watching Netflix. You're burning fat when you're breathing. You're burning fat 24/7.
Yeah.
So when you do your cardio fasted, yes, fat oxidation is higher during exercise, but if calories are equated, in this equation, you'll be eating more of your calories later. You're going to have less fat oxidation later, and at the end of the day, it all balances out.
Yeah.
There is no real difference.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, what matters most if you're trying to do cardio is to do the cardio. And for some folks, if they do the cardio fasted in the morning, they're so tired at that point, they'll probably have a harder time talking themselves out of doing it.
Yeah.
So I know for a lot of folks, if they say, well, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to have my normal breakfast and my quiet time, which is great, maybe watch the news, maybe they procrastinate to the extent where the cardio just doesn't get done at all during the day. In that case, maybe I would recommend fasted cardio because you get it out of the way, you have a harder time talking yourself out of it.
Yeah.
But there is no real benefit from any of the literature that I have seen if you do get your cardio in and calories are equated throughout the day.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Zach?
Yeah, no, we're on the same page here. I think you hit the nail on the head when you're saying like more fat. What was the word again? Oxidated.
Yeah, fat oxidation.
When fasted, it's kind of like when people warm up and they're like trying to activate a muscle, like they're trying to wake their muscle up. There's no. Your muscles are always working. You're always burning fat. You're always burning carbs. You're always burning calories. There's no on-off switch.
Correct.
So I think it's personal preference. I, for one, I prefer having a full stomach, and that's not like, all right, I just get done eating a meal and then I go do cardio, but I like the feeling of being full. I don't like the feeling of like my stomach growling or anything. So I think it's definitely personal preference when it comes to it. If you tend to not slack off, but kind of procrastinate a little bit, unless you get that cardio done in the morning before you do anything, then go ahead and do it in the morning before you do anything. Otherwise, if you're one of those people that it won't get done unless you do it right away, then I suggest getting it done right away. But I think definitely it comes into play how you feel too with it. Like if you need a little bit of carbs before your cardio, or a little bit of caffeine, I think that's definitely okay. And I think in day to day or week to week, it may fluctuate a little bit how you feel, but over the long run, the months, decades, I don't think it'll make a difference.
Yeah, I agree. I love how you said personal preference. And if you're one of those people that has a hard time eating before cardio or any type of exercise, that's okay. What I probably would suggest is just try to find something that can digest well for you, that can digest quickly.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have a Gordon Ramsay 3-star Michelin breakfast with 8 courses before you exercise, but even a piece of fruit like a banana and a whey protein drink, or even a Gatorade and a yogurt could be a nice tool to utilize before, just so that you have something in your system to give you a bit more energy. I personally enjoy using a little bit of caffeine before I train. And there's no way that I'd want to take caffeine on an empty stomach, because then I'd probably spend half of my workout in the bathroom.
Oh, it affects you that much?
Yeah, it does. I have a very unproductive digestive system. So food travels through my body extremely quickly, and caffeine seems to set me over the edge. Of course, caffeine does slow down digestion to a small extent, but anyhow, there is some research that suggests that doing any type of resistance training fasted is inferior when it comes to developing strength adaptations. So if you're doing CrossFit at 5:30 a.m., I would suggest for sure having some type of fast digesting carbohydrate and some type of easily digestible protein source like a whey protein shake. And again, if you really do not want to have anything before you train, you're waking up at 5:15, you're barely making it, and you're not going to want to eat something in the car, maybe just eat a bit more of your calories later at night before you go to bed, so that you have something in your system when you're training that next morning.
Training on an empty stomach or hungry is one, kind of takes away from the workout because that's how you're kind of thinking about it. And two, you need food and calories for energy, and it's only going to benefit you. So a lot of it's going to come down to when you want to bracket your calories. If I'm cutting and I'm deep in a bodybuilding prep, I actually do enjoy doing my cardio sometimes fasted in the morning, just because I'm less actually hungry in the morning. I generally bias more of my calories later at night during prep, so when I wake up the next morning, I'm not ravenous. So, and I do that because it helps me sleep a little bit better. So that's why I bias more at nighttime. It kind of depends on the context of when you're having most of your food, if you're massing, if you're cutting, if you're maintaining, a whole host of variables. But long story short, when it comes to overall fat loss, when it comes to hitting those body composition goals, as long as you're doing your cardio in a way that hits the context of what you're looking or aiming for in terms of energy balance, it doesn't make a difference. No. Your body knows, but it really doesn't know. And as long as the calories kind of equate to that, either deficit or surplus, depending on your goals, it really doesn't matter in the long run.
Correct.
Cool.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sick. Easy peasy.
Easy.